Hello everybody, Low2 for Life here, bringing you guys a brand new video on the gaming channel for the first time in like forever. So, you may be wondering what's up with the title of this video, why I don't like Naughty Dog anymore. It's really weird. I used to be really big fans of Naughty Dog. I grew up with Jak and Daxter, and that was honestly my favorite game series for the longest time as a kid, and it still is even now. I still go back and play it every once in a while, and I absolutely love that series. It's one of my favorite games I've ever played. The original got me really into gaming. I mean, before then I was only really playing Pokemon and stuff, and Pokemon was cool and all, but it wasn't. It's not getting that true gaming experience, and Jak and Daxter gave me what I would call a true gaming experience. With a grand story, great characters, amazing graphics for the time, and heck, even still kind of now. And I absolutely fell in love with the series, and I grew up with it. Like Jak 2 came out, and it was much more, like for older audiences. Like I remember I was 8 and I got it, and the first time my mom heard the curse word out of there, she darn near ripped it out my PS2 as a kid. Oh god, but things changed, I guess. I mean, I remember hearing that they were wanting to make a Jak 4, and they just couldn't, and because it just wouldn't have turned. It didn't fit with their new vision for what they feel they have nowadays with like what they want in a game series. Jak and Daxter is a super lighthearted, goofy series. It's all about being fun and having fun, and yeah, you can tell a good story along with it. But then you get The Last of Us, Uncharted, these super dark, gritty stories, and much more adult themed and all that stuff. And I understand where they were coming from then, but even now, looking back on it, I feel like there might be other reasons, and that's with everything that's been coming out recently. Uh, as I'm sure a lot of you know, there's been a bit of a controversy with Last of Us 2. Now, I liked Last of Us Part 1. Last of Us Part 1 was good. I felt like it probably should have been a TV show, though. The gameplay was, while it was good, it felt like it was more designed for TV than it was for an actual game. But Last of Us 2, between them just absolutely shoving every bit of SJW identity politics into it, it just really comes across with a sour taste. Okay, I have nothing against a gay or lesbian character like Ellie. Heck, one of my favorite characters from an indie game. Well, I wouldn't say indie, but small story studio. Ever heard of Knights of Azure? I doubt most of you have, but Knights of Azure stars a lesbian character as the main character, and her relationship with her partner was one of the central focuses of that game. Amazing game, really great. It's PS4 exclusive. I think there might be a Switch port. I don't know. Check it out if you can. And that was really well done. Now, will it be well done in Last of Us 2? I don't know. It feels like they're forcing this into it, and it it just comes across forced. And whenever it's forced, I have a harder time getting emotionally attached to it. Like with, like, for instance, our niece in Knights of Azure, it was natural. They didn't focus. They didn't force it down our throats. They just were like, hey, these two happen to really love each other. And it's normal, which it is, but in Last of Us 2, it really does come across as being forced, and that is my issue with it. Now, in the full game, who knows, it might not be, but as of now, with the trailer and everything, I'm hesitant, and it doesn't help that that Last of Us 2 has a different writer from the original game. Last of Us Part 2 has the writer as the very poorly written Last of Us original DLC thingy, the one with that focuses on Ellie's backstory. That was very poorly written. I know a lot of people love it, but that was where it really started with all these identity politics and crap. And it just feels like it's getting forced whoops. Even more so in this, because the writer gets even more writing gets even more extensive with the writing on this, and it's just really concerning. Now, I know some people are gonna be like, "Yeah, you're just a stupid straight white male and all that," and whatever. Go ahead and call me whatever you want, but it just concerns me. I'm a concerned fan of Naughty Dog, and seeing them really adapting all this. I think it was Clean Prince Gaming or Downward Thrust. I can never remember who's who until I actually go and I click on their channel. But one of them released a video earlier today, talking about this very same subject, and I've been doing a bit of research, and it really is concerning because it seems like Naughty Dog is digging farther and farther into this rabbit hole, and I really don't want them to embrace it to the point where, because now I don't want a Jack and Daxter 4. I would hate to see what they would do with the series now. Give it to somebody else. Preferably not whoever made the incredibly bad Lost Frontier, which originally you were going to see gameplay of in this video, but it kept crashing my emulator, so I said, screw it, I'm just going to play Monster Hunter Freedom because I haven't played that game in forever. And I'm probably saving you guys a lot of eyesores because that game is terrible. So it's just something that's really concerning because they are really driving it home. They got a dude, they recently hired a dude, I forget what his name was, but he's all into that stuff, and he freaking rants about how much he hates white people on Twitter and everything and all that stuff, and that worries me. If they have somebody like that writing for Last of Us or working on Last of Us, that can't be good. And on top of that, most of the freaking people from Naughty Dog have come out as absolutely loving Anita Sarkeesian. That's concerning too. Who could possibly love Anita Sarkeesian more than somebody who's all in her, who agrees with her on most of those subjects and stuff? She is not a nice person. She bullies people. Do I need to bring up what she did to Boogie and all that? She's insane, and people at Naughty Dog agree with her, and I just don't get why or how in any sane form of the word they could possibly agree with that crazy woman. I don't get it, and yet they do. They really do. One of my favorite companies from my childhood, Naughty Dog, I can't stand any of their games anymore, and I can't stand by their politics. I hope Last of Us Part 2 is a good game. I'm sure it will be. Okay, I'm sure it will be a technically good game in terms of how it plays, how well it plays. Maybe the story will be good, but I don't know. Between everything else, I don't have high hopes for that part. I'm sure that the gameplay will be at least good because Naughty Dog is really good about that. At least they don't have crappy hitboxes like Monster Hunter does. Oh wow, God, the lag here is getting bad. I need a new computer soon. But that's just my thoughts and opinions on this topic. I'll link to either Clean Prince or Downward Thrust, whoever it happens to be. They really need to, at times I think they're the same person, they just put on makeup to look different. Use a voice modifier too to sound slightly different too. God, they are way too similar. But anyway, so that's just my thoughts and opinions on it. It's just something that really does concern me, and I hate seeing it. It's one of my, I used to love Naughty Dog. Seeing their logo on something was so cool. And I loved Jack and Daxter. I hope one day a company out there will get the licensing to make another game for it, but it's probably never gonna happen, unfortunately. So what do you guys think? Leave a comment, like, subscribe if you want. I'm gonna start doing more discussion videos like this. Hopefully not about such sad topics. I'm also, of course, going to continue my Let's Plays of Persona 2 and Fate Extra. It's just a matter of time of me actually finding time to play games. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. See y'all later. Peace out and goodbye.